Question number 69. A solutions architect is deploying a new production MySQL database on AWS. It is critical that the database is highly available. What should the architect do to achieve this goal with Amazon RDS? Option A. Create a read replica of the primary database and deploy it in different AWS regions. Option B. Enable multi-AZ to create a standby database in different availability zone. Option C. Enable multi-AZ to create a standby database in a different AWS region. Option D. Create a read replica of the primary database and deploy it in a different availability zone. Correct answer is option B. Enable multi-AZ to create a standby database in a different availability zone. Question number 70. An organization designs a mobile application for their customers to upload photos to a site. The application needs a secure login with MFA. The organization wants to limit the initial build time and maintenance of the solution. Which solution should a solutions architect recommend to meet the requirements? Option A. Use Amazon Cognito Identity with SMS-based MFA. Option B. Edit AWS IAM policies to require MFA for all users. Option C. Federate IAM against corporate AD that requires MFA. Option D. Use Amazon API Gateway and requires SSE for photos. Correct answer is option A. Use Amazon Cognito Identity with SMS-based MFA. Question number 71. A solutions architect is designing a solution to monitor weather changes by the minute. The front-end application is hosted on Amazon EC2 instances. The backend must be scalable to a virtually unlimited size, and data retrieval must occur with minimal latency. Which AWS service should the architect use to store the data and achieve these requirements? Option A. Amazon S3. Option B. Amazon DynamoDB. Option C. Amazon RDS. Option D. Amazon EBS. Correct answer is option B. Amazon DynamoDB. Question number 72. A company hosts a website on premises. The website has a mix of static and dynamic content, but users experience latency with loading static files. Which AWS service can help reduce latency? Option A. Amazon CloudFront with an premises servers as the origin. Option B. ELB application load balancer. Option C. Amazon Route 53 latency based routing. Option D. Amazon EFS to store and server static files. Correct answer is option A. Amazon CloudFront with on-premises servers as the origin. Question number 73. A company wants to analyze all of its sales information aggregated over the last 12 months. The company expects there to be over 10 TB of data from multiple sources. What service should be used? Option A. Amazon DynamoDB. Option B. Amazon Aurora MySQL. Option C. Amazon RDS MySQL. Option D. Amazon Redshift. Correct answer is option D. Amazon Redshift. Question number 74. A media company has deployed a multi-tier architecture on AWS. Web servers are deployed in two availability zones using an auto-scaling group with a default auto-scaling termination policy. The web server's auto-scaling group currently has 15 instances running. Which instance will be terminated first during scale-in operation? Option A. Instance with the oldest launch configuration. Option B. The instance in the availability zone that has most instances. Option C. The instance closest to the next billing hour. Option D. The oldest instance in the group. Correct answer is option B. The instance in the availability zone that has most instances. Question number 75. A retail company has sensors placed in its physical retail stores. The sensor sends messages over HTTP when customers interact with in-store product displays. A solutions architect needs to implement a system for processing those sensor messages. The results must be available for the data analysis team. Which architecture should be used to meet these requirements? Option A. Implement an Amazon API gateway to server as the HTTP endpoint. Have the API gateway triggers an AWS Lambda function to process the messages and save the results to an Amazon DynamoDB table. Option B. Create an Amazon EC2 instance to serve as the HTTP endpoint and to process the messages. Save the results to Amazon S3 for the data analysis team to download. Option C. Use Amazon Route 53 to direct incoming sensor messages to a Lambda function to process the message and save the results to Amazon DynamoDB table. Option D. Use AWS Direct Connect to connect sensors to DynamoDB so that data can be written directly to a DynamoDB table where it can be accessed by the data analysis team. Correct answer is option A. Implement an Amazon API gateway to serve as the HTTP endpoint. Have the API gateway trigger an AWS Lambda function to process the messages and save the results to an Amazon DynamoDB table. Question number 76. A client is migrating a legacy web application to the AWS cloud. The current system uses an Oracle database as a relational database management system solution. Backups occur every night and the data is stored on premises. The solutions architect must automate the backups and identity a storage solution while keeping costs low. Which AWS service will meet these requirements? Option A. Amazon RDS. Option B. Amazon Redshift. Option C. Amazon DynamoDB Accelerator. Option D. Amazon Elastic Cache. Correct answer is option A. Amazon RDS.